let's go over the trades that I took from July 21st to July 25th. This week's challenge was for me to be patient with myself. I had talked about this in the previous video that I was just entering trades to enter. So this week's challenge was to sit and wait for the trade to go to my target and just see how the outcome was. Now, to be honest, that did not happen in every trade that I took, but I feel like by Thursday and Friday is where that patience really came into play. On Monday, July 21st, I took 2 trades. The first trade, it was retesting the pivot point a lot, so I didn't think it would be necessary for me to wait for it to go all the way down to my breakout so that I can enter. So I entered at the pivot point, but my stop was too close and I got taken out. So whenever it retested back at the pivot point, I entered again, and the outcome was $22.50 for the day. That's not what we're looking for here because we want clear numbers. It should have been 350 because I'm risking 150. So that was a 1-to-1, but we want a 1-to-2 for each trade. So not good. Tuesday, there was news, but news was right at market open. I knew that whatever direction the market would choose, it would go very fast. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get an entry. So I waited for it to form a higher high and lower low, and I thought it would continue going down because the 1 minute momentum was starting to reverse. But I should not have been looking at the 1 minute in this strategy because I'm trying to look at the 5 minute, the 15 minute, but not the 1 minute. So that's where I messed up. And so that was 150 loss. The second trade I took on that day was really bad because I took it at 2:17 p.m., which I should have been out of the charts by 11 a.m. So I don't know what I was doing, but I FOMO'd in. It took me out at 150 again. On Wednesday, this is where everything broke loose. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what was going on, but I feel like it's because on Monday I didn't follow all my rules. On Tuesday I didn't follow all my rules and I entered late. I entered in FOMO, so those I was feeling the barriers. Let's just say that. I wasn't following all my rules properly, so I feel like that gave my mind the option to overtrade, over risk, over everything. On Wednesday, there was no major news. I looked at the charts at like 9. So the first trade, it broke out and then retested, and then I entered, and then my stop, I was going pivot to pivot instead of looking at where the previous lows were, previous highs were. So I feel like that's also one of the key items that made me get stopped out so often this week. I got stopped out on the first trade. It went down, and then after it got to the previous low of the pre-market, it went back up and I got stopped out. Then I entered again because I thought it would be coming down, but I should not have taken this trade because it was between the 15 minute orb, and whenever it's retesting that middle 15 area, you're not supposed to take any trades because you don't know what direction it's going to. So I entered. In total, I was about negative $354, and that was really bad because that meant I overtraded and I over-risked. After the second trade, it hit the top of my 15-minute range, and so I knew it would either break out or come back down. So I entered, and then I was able to secure the losses that I had acquired, and for the day, I was about negative $35, which is good but also bad because, again, we don't want to be plus 20, negative 35. We want to have actual data because we also have a time limit in this challenge account. That means we can be wasting time with little gains, little wins. We have to have a consistent growth or a consistent loss so that we know where to fix, where to change, what to do. That was Wednesday. And so on Wednesday, I came back after work, back tested for 4 hours, went through the strategy that I was using and found out that it was not working really good. Out of 10 trades that I tried out, 2 of them were winners, which were really big winners, but the rest were small losses. But you have to have time to trade like that. So I decided to leave that and go back to what I knew, because I don't know why I keep switching up a strategy that has helped me pass multiple challenges. I should not be looking for any other strategy. Don't fix what is not broken. So I backtested my own strategy, the 15-minute orb, and I found out that it has a much higher win rate than the one that I was using. Since I had put in the time for the 4 hours to backtest on Wednesday, I was allowed to go back in the market on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, I decided to go back in the markets and see how my 15-minute breakout would do. And this time I was strict rules of entering. Like, let's say I'm going shorts, I would do a breakout, retest, and then the first red candle, the second one is when I will enter. That would also mean that I'm back at the 1 minute, and we'll see how that goes. That's what I did on Thursday, and I was stopped out, but I was okay with that. I was not looking for any other setups that day, because from my backtesting on Wednesday, I realized that if you don't take a trade using the opening range breakout by 11, it will not work out for the rest of the day. So with that in my mind, I knew that there was no point of taking another trade that day. And so for that day, I was at negative $238.50 for Thursday. Now on Friday, I decided to do the same thing I had done on Thursday. I saw a breakout, retest, first candle, second candle, I entered, and then it went all the way up to my take profit, $405.50. So for the whole week, the thing that I learned the most is do not change what's already working. I've already passed 3 funded accounts using the same strategy, so there was no point of me switching things up to try to make more. That's being greedy. The second thing I learned, backtest, backtest, backtest. I knew my strategy was working, but I didn't know why I was making so many mistakes. After backtesting 10 trades and seeing where the ranges of the amount that I was getting while backtesting, it gave me more assurance on my strategy, and it also gave me confidence the next day. Like on Thursday it was a loss, but I was still confident in my strategy. So I feel like I'll be incorporating more backtesting going forward so that I can keep that momentum going. The third thing that I learned from Friday is be patient, because I entered the trade at 9 and then I got out around 1, and it was just a bunch of chopping around. But since I knew that I was okay losing around 250 there, I didn't feel any trouble leaving my phone and doing other things instead of just sitting around and watching the charts go up and down all day. That was a good reminder to stop watching the charts. The charts will do whatever they want to do, whether you like it or not. Looking at them will not change a thing. That was my week trading, and for next week I am hoping to continue what I did on Thursday and Friday. Keep being patient with the market and enter knowing that you're okay losing or winning. You have a 50-50 probability of it going your way or going away from your way. Week 2 of trying to pass my funded account, and I think I have 2 more weeks left. I usually pass it with 9 days, and it's been 10 days already and I haven't made any progress. I'm still at break even. I'm like negative 100 on the account. This next week I'm hoping to see some progress, some good progress, or else we won't be able to pass the challenge. Let's see how next week goes. Let me know how you guys did this week.